New detachments? Who dis? Hexwarp Thrall Band takes on Librarius Conclave. That's right, it's Psykers everywhere, and nary a smite in sight in this 40k in 40 minutes, 1,000 Suns versus Ultramarines. Greetings, 40k fans, your host JT here, and we bring you another new detachment battle.
It is a new era for the Space Marines. Finally able to pull out all of my Librarians and put them on the table all at the same time and gain really good benefits for doing so.
Tax traps on the Ultramarines Librarius Conclave, led by G-Man himself, that's right, Roboute Guilliman, and moving fields his 1,000 Suns in a new detachment for the first time in 10th edition. Hexwarp Thrall Band, led by everyone's favorite do-gooder Cyclops, Magnus the Red.
This is going to be an interesting way to play 1,000 Suns because normally the way I tend to play is I wait for my opponents to take the objectives first and then I take them back. But now I actually want to control these objectives, take advantage of that flow of magic detachment rule.
Today's mission is a classic take and hold, each objective being worth 5 points up to 15 per turn to a max of 50 for the game on a Dawn of War deployment. Long table home edges. Our mission special rule is stalwarts, so battle line units can action and still shoot, and can action while in engagement.
We've been given a little bit of a gift. We can do a Psyker battle.
I think Guilliman got tired of Magnus's nonsense and he's like, you know what? I have my own Psykers and I want to prove that they're better than yours.
There's a few possible showdowns here. We've got Chief Librarian Tigurius, wants to probably take on Ahriman.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
We've got Guilliman here, probably wanting to take on Magnus. And I've got the Angry Dreadnought. He has found Magnus, and we will see if that showdown happens as well.
You got options. For my deployment, I've started with Ahriman and his 10 rubrics in Deep Strike because I have a stratagem that will allow me to actually Deep Strike my Rubric Marines in.
Those 10 Rubric Marines starting in reserve are all armed with Warp Flamers. Gotta love it.
I've also got 2 units of Scarab Occult Terminators.
Both in reserve, not gonna be starting with a ton on the board.
And one of them will be led by a Sorcerer in Terminator armor, who's got a fancy new enhancement which allows his unit to always be counted as in the flow of magic. On the table, I've got Infernal Master with 5 Rubric buddies.
With the Arcane Onslaught enhancement.
I've got my Daemon Prince with wings for good old uppy downy.
He's got the Arcane Might enhancement.
He's going to be hidden. He's going to stay here for now. He's in a decent spot to go out and do containment or another objective I need to, or I could just pick him up if attack goes first and then redeploy him on my turn 1. Magnus just chilling at home. Yeah, you can get some shots at him, but if you're going to take the shots, he's going to shoot you right back in his turn. And then, of course, last but not least, the standard 1,000 Sun Sorcerer with his squad of Rubric buddies. They're just behind the deployment zone so that if needed, they can move up, score me those objectives really easily while still being protected by that 18-inch bubble of you can't shoot me.
I really like Dawn of War deployment because I can spread out. I've got a Ballistus Dreadnought here. The Ballistus Dreadnought usually gets rerolls all by itself. It doesn't rely on Oath of Moment, so I'm gonna put it way far on this flank. And I've got Tigurius along with 6 Bladeguard veterans. In the Librarius Conclave, you want to bring as many Librarians as you can because there are beautiful buffs that you'll get. A beautiful Phobos Librarian with his Infiltrator Squad that gives a big deny of not being able to engage with them. Guilliman, backline here, ready to take on Magnus. 5-man squad of Intercessors, going to sticky that objective. Got a squad of heavy Intercessors over here on this flank, as well as the Angry Dreadnought. In reserves, 10-man squad of the Sternguard veterans.
A Librarian with the enhancement Fusillade with his Sternguard.
That unit is scary. They have sustained hits, they have anti-vehicle 5+, they've got anti-monster 5+, and they've got all the rerolls. I've got a squad of 5 Terminators with a Librarian and Terminator armor.
He's got the Obfuscation enhancement.
And the Inceptors. They got a little bit of a nerf, but I think they still have play. I've got the Inceptors in Deep Strike as well.
Both players have had very cautious deployment here. It really looks like they're relying on their Deep Strikes to bring pressure and are mindful of the pure killing ability the other army has. This could be a very cagey back and forth.
We're deployed. We are playing on a beautiful battlefield given to us by Foldforge.
This episode was brought to you by Foldforge. Are you tired of having your high-quality terrain take up an unwieldy amount of storage space? Foldforge has a solution.
Beautiful plastic terrain that actually folds up. This all came to us and fit completely in one bag.
High quality, foldable terrain sets that perfectly fit into a cube-shaped carrying case. Easy to store, easy to transport, easy to set up, easy to put back, and they are made using their own top-notch tough resin blend. Durable enough for transport, stiff enough for high detail, and excellent for painting and paint adhesion.
But you know what one of the best things is? We can put a model either on the top floor, but if we cannot see it because he's on the bottom floor, we can just flip these up and we're good to go.
The buildings fold flat with one hand, the walkways are magnetic, the bases are magnetic, and on top of all that, the set is dimensionally accurate to be WTC compliant. Say goodbye to shelves overflowing and closets jam-packed full of disorganized terrain. This is truly one set to rule them all. Make sure to check out Fold Forge at the link in the description below.
Looking at deployment and knowing our mission, would you prefer to go first or second?
Oh, I totally want you to go first.
I don't want to go first. I need you to come closer to me. I also want the ability to rapid ingress, which is so much more powerful if you go second. I rolled a 6, no.
I also rolled a 6.
Oh, okay.
Fine. I see how it is.
Okay.
All right, do it again. I rolled a 5. Oh, come on, get another 6 tag.
No.
You got another 6 in
My
here.
6s always turn to 1s.
No, you got a 6.
Oh, no!
It begins. Now, I just have to hope he gets secondaries that force him out onto the map.
Best
Good
of
luck,
luck.
Tech.
Let the battle begin. What I love about the new Librarius Conclave is their psychic disciplines.
Tack choosing the Biomancy discipline for an extra 2 inch of movement on his Psyker units this turn. Magnus choosing Impossible Form to reduce some incoming damage. Command phase now, and Tack's bold engage on all fronts and no prisoners.
I'm not going to be able to score any secondary points here. You know what that means though?
Extra command points.
And hiding.
Guilliman getting to use his Author of the Codex abilities now. Supreme Strategist for reduced command point cost within 12, and a Master of Battle to oath a moment a second target.
So I'm going to oath a moment that squad right there.
He's going to oath the 5-man Rubric Squad with the Infernal Master, and Magnus will get the second oath a moment.
Okay.
End of that command phase, Intercessors have secured Tack's home objective. He's going to hold it without having to be on it until Movement takes it away.
In the movement phase, I'm going to start with the heavy intercessors down below.
Redemptor advancing forward, grabbing an objective for primary for next turn. Movement's hid very well, and Tack doesn't have a ton on the table. Neither does Movement, so not a lot of shots in his first shooting phase.
I think that is my turn.
He's going to gain an extra command point for discarding Engage at all fronts. No prisoners is also discarded. Not a bad idea, as it's going to be hard to chew through some of Movement's units. He will go up to 2 command points to Movement's 1, and starting Movement's turn, Tack will be at 3 command points, Movement at 2. Movement's pulled Containment and Establish Locus.
That's really good.
It is.
But that also gets you in trouble.
11 Cabal points this turn. Spending a command point on Warding Hex. He's going to maintain control over his home objective until Tack's level of control on that marker is greater than his at the end of a phase. Not much movement in Movement's turn here either, but he's got tricks, this Zinch guy. I would be wary.
Start of the shooting phase.
Spending 5 Cabal points on Warp Surge, moving his Daemon Prince again. He's going to be able to perform containment with him.
Might as well take some pot shots at Tigurius friends.
Rubric's benefiting from the Stalwarts role, can shoot in action. Supreme Strategist for 0 command points will target that unit with Armor of Contempt.
Bolter shots. Let's just keep it simple.
You are -1 to hit because of Tiggy. It was AP 0.
He still takes a wound.
That's the first trickle of blood of the game. Is that first blood?
Soul Reaper Cannon. 6 shots. Nothing.
Movement has managed to contain 2 board edges, puts him up to 6 points to Tack 0. He's discarding Established Locus to gain another command point. That's 3 command points to 2 for Tack, but more importantly, the score is 6-0 for Movement as we head to turn 2. Again, Impossible Form chosen on Magnus. Tack choosing the Telekinesis discipline this turn. Each time a ranged attack targets a psychic unit, he's going to be able to subtract 1 from the strength characteristic of that attack. Not bad. His secondaries this turn are going to be Extend Battle Lines and Secure No Man's Land, both eminently doable.
I'm not in a position to threaten right now, but if he does go for those secondaries, that means he is putting units into prime locations for me to counterattack.
Oath of Moment, the Daemon Prince, and then Magnus. He's got 5 points for holding 1 objective, 5 points for holding 2 objectives. That gives him 10 on primary. It's 10-6 for Tack.
On to the movement phase.
Ballistus is in a position to lay some serious shots in.
It's going to be hard for you to deep striking my backfield. Intercessors that are hiding in this building are just going to go right up against the wall.
Terminators deep strike into the midboard. Moving rapid ingresses his Terminators with attached character. He's got the Noctilith Mantle. That means he will benefit from all his cool new rules no matter where he is on the board.
That actually gives some of my units extra shots that they didn't have before. I have scored maximum on my secondaries, so I'm feeling pretty good about that.
That's a pretty good turn.
We're going, no, it's not my, I saw shooting.
No, your turn's done.
Trying to take that away from me.
Shooting phase now. Movement spends 2 Cabal points on Weaver of Fates for the Daemon Prince. He's going to get a free save reroll.
Then we're going to go with the heavy intercessors first. They're going to go into the Daemon Prince.
Command point on Kaleidoscopic Tempest to make that Prince -1 to be hit isn't enough.
Stormbolters and Terminators. The Flamer is also now in range of the Terminators, but my Onslaught Gatling Cannon as well as the Rocket Pod are both going to go into the Prince. Let's start with the Prince. Let's see if we can tear him down.
Assault Cannon, devastating wounds, strip 3 more from the Daemon Prince. He's down to 5.
Rocket Pod here.
Anti-fly.
95.
He's okay.
Stormbolters. Twin-Link Stormbolter.
Terminator.
How many Flamer tries do I get?
Terminators take some damage from the Flamers. 1 on 1 wound remaining.
Redemptor Dreadnought did not do as much wounds as I wanted him to. Infiltrators, and they're going to fire into the Terminators. 2 marksman shots.
Infiltrators put a single wound on the Termies. That kills the wounded one.
I'll go Mega Blast.
Focus Witchfire with the Smite.
How many tries do I get?
Movement spending a command point on a command reroll. The save a Terminator succeeds.
With a failed save.
Command reroll here from TAC for a damage reroll. Wow, that's only 2 dead Terminators. Hazardous check is okay.
Guilliman here with Handed Dominion going into the Terminators.
Guilliman takes another down to a wound.
Good lord, you have the same save rolls, guys. What is that?
We are going to just continue the pounding of Terminators.
Phrasing. But clearly we're not doing phrasing anymore.
The Intercessors next.
Target elimination, new rule for the Intercessors. They'll be able to unload extra shots into those Scarab Occult Terminators.
Intercessors into your Terminators. Needing 5 to wound.
2 ups.
Movement's lost a total of 3 Terminators.
That feels pretty good. Terminators now are going to shoot into Magnus. We're going to start off the party with Stormbolters.
He says no.
We've got the Assault Cannon.
Taking a devastating wound so far, and then Librarian with Mind Bullets.
Focus Witchfire. How many shots do I get?
Roll it out. 13 wounds remaining.
Here's a hazardous check.
Uh-oh, the hazardous roll fails. Librarian is down to 3 wounds left.
Ballistus Dreadnought, and I'm going to fire at Magnus. Last cannons.
Ballistus manages only 4 wounds to Magnus, but he's down to 9 left.
Here comes the crack missile shots.
Okay. Not enough.
And then Stormbolters into the Rubric Marines. Nope, nothing. I didn't do enough killing. Absolutely not enough killing.
Daemon Prince leaves the board to come back in from strategic reserves. That was a lot of work done. 5 points on extend battle lines, 5 points on secure no man's land, and still 3 command points puts TAC up to 20 to movement 6 as he starts his turn 2.
I just have to hope I can weather the Warp Storm.
Movement's drawn, bring it down, and cleanse.
I've got to kill his dreadnoughts. They're kind of scary.
No battle shocks to take. He's got 5 primary points for holding 1 objective. 12 Cabal points this turn. The Infernal Master of the 5-man Rubrics pop out. Rubrics moving, no Overwatch. Magnus moves, TAC going for the kill with the Ballistus and Overwatch.
Let's see if my last cannons can hit him. No. Crack missile? Nope. Stormbolter.
No joy.
Did nothing to Magnus.
Reinforcements.
Daemon Prince returns to movement's home objective.
Not because they need to hold it, but more to just deny you off of it. Because you have Inceptors.
Terminators deep strike into TAC's backfield.
And last, but definitely not least,
10 Rubrics deep striking thanks to Through the Veil for 1 command point. Oh boy, that is a lot of angry.
they have some Terminators to cook. Let's see if we can make this happen. On to my shooting phase.
Movement spending 7 Cabal points to do-bolt the Redemptor from the Infernal Master, down to 5 Cabal points, 3 mortals only.
Aspiring Sorcerer in that unit is going to spend the rest of my Cabal points.
Temporal Surge that unit forward onto the objective. No charging for them, but that puts them on that objective, and they aren't easy to shift.
Once that Dreadnought is dead, that point is mine. Start with the Terminator Squad in the back.
Smite into the Redemptor Dread, everything else into the Heavy Intercessors, marking the Redemptor for reroll 1s to hit.
I've got to hope that my Dreadnoughts survive this, because if they don't, that's massive points for moving.
The Mind Bullets from the Sorcerer into the Redemptor.
Redemptor is down to 8.
Heavy Flamer first, D6.
2 wounds remaining.
4 combi bolter shots.
4 pluses.
1 dead heavy intercessor and 1 wounded.
Baby Smite.
6 plus. I make it.
Infernal Master Squad now opening up on the Redemptor Dread.
Little hand flamer.
Down to 6.
Soul Reaper Cannon.
2 pluses. Down to 5.
Baby Smite. 3 bolters.
Melting the armor of the Dreadnought. 2 wounds left, and he's got 2 incoming devastating wounds, so that's a bring it down for 2 points.
I'm not making anywhere close enough saves.
I have a hazard check to make regardless because I overcharged with my Infernal Master. Don't do it. Oh, he's okay.
Do I explode?
No?
No, I did not.
Ahriman and friends now firing into the Terminators. Because of Supreme Strategist and Guilliman being within 12 inches, that is a free use of Armor of Contempt effectively.
We're going to start the party off with Ahriman. One-on-one Psyker battle because he's the better wizard.
Precision attack into the Librarian takes him down to a single wound left. Wowzers.
The hand flamer.
I'm okay.
The rest of the flamers.
All right.
Holy crow! 17 AP 1 wounds and 12 AP 2. 3 dead Terminators so far and 1 on 2 wounds.
Baby Smite time.
2 devastating wounds from the Sorcerer Smite, and he saves one. It's just 2 Terminators and a Librarian left.
All that firepower, and there are still 3 Terminators left. We're gonna go over to the Terminators that deep struck in the back now. They are just going to unload everything into that poor Ballistus Dreadnought. Flamer, D6. Nothing. Bolters. Hellfire Missile Rack. Misses. Baby Smite.
No joy. Rubric's into the Ballistus now, and he's down to 10 wounds remaining. Gaze of Magnus into the Dreadnought, and Tzeentch's Firestorm into the Terminators.
Magnus could take out any one of these units flat out. However, by split firing, he maximizes his chance at scoring maximum points.
Tak choosing to go to ground for a command point to shrug that AP 1.
We'll start with the Tzeentch's Firestorm.
It's Magnus time. Here we go. Oh, fails to kill the wounded Terminator.
3d3 shots into the Ballistus.
Ballistus down to 4 wounds left. Both Rubric Battle Line squads cleanse thanks to Stalwarts.
Charging. 9-inch charge from the Terminators.
Terminators fail their charge into the Ballistus.
Whew, okay, so I dodged that bullet.
Terminators succeed on their charge into the Heavy Intercessors. Tak using Fiery Shield for 1 command point, making his unit -1 to be hit. Nice.
Start with the Kopesh first. No, nothing. Sorcerer and the Aspiring Sorcerer. Sticks.
1 Heavy Intercessor goes down. Tak's reprisal sees the Terminators hold.
That's going to end my turn.
That was a lot in that turn. Holy crow. It's 20-17 for Tak, but I gotta feel that both players gotta be happy about the game state thus far. Tak did some serious work, and Mubin clapped back super hard. Only 3 points difference in the score. Turn 3 is gonna be the tell.
Turn 3, and my Sternguard vets are coming in.
Pyromancy for Tak this round, and Mubin chooses Treason of Tzeentch on Magnus. He's going to be able to designate somebody with hazardous shooting. Oh, I think those Sternguard might be in trouble. Tak's drawn Area Denial and Behind Enemy Lines. Guilliman's author of the Codex abilities, Supreme Strategist, and Master Battle again. Oath of Moment will be on Ahriman Squad, and then Magnus again with the second Oath. Battle Shock on the Ballistus, he's okay. Tak holds 1 for 5 and 1 more for 5 more. That's 10 more points primary. It's 30-17 as we head to his movement phase. Bladeguard moving out. Intercessors move up as well. Phobos, Librarian, and Infiltrators secure Tak's home objective from a potentially deep striking Daemon Prince. Sternguard are in deep in movement zone. He's got a line on the Rubrics and Ahriman.
I get to hide them from Magnus, which means he will not be turning all of their weapons hazardous.
Inceptor's deep striking in on top of the building.
Then we go into shooting.
Magnus Treason of Tzeentch on the Inceptors. Their weapons will be hazardous for the shooting phase, as it's one of the only ones he can see.
We're going to start with Sternguard. They all have devastating weapons. However, they really want to chase a monster vehicle.
Rubric's getting Kaleidoscopic Tempest for a command point. They're going to have the benefit of stealth.
And you know what? I'm just going to go fish.
Indeed, go fish. 1 wound so far, now heavy bolters, and with devastating wounds, 4 die.
I will focus Witchfire the Smite.
Overcharging Librarian now, 2 more dead. 6 of the 11-man unit are down.
Boy, the rubrics are falling like flies. I don't have many left.
Hazardous checks are okay.
Next up, we're gonna fire the Terminators. Storm bolter shots.
One takes a damage.
Here comes the assault cannons.
4 4-ups. So the wounded one dies.
I'm just gonna go with a regular smite.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s.
Just the aspiring sorcerer and Ahriman left.
Now the Intercessor is gonna shoot, and they're gonna go for target elimination.
Intercessor, same target. Unit down. Ahriman's still alive on 3 wounds. Wow.
The Infiltrators, they're gonna fire into your 3-man squad of Terminators here. I will focus which fire with the Librarian. 3 shots from the marksmen. 5s.
Flamer has 2 wounds left.
Phobos Librarian fails to hurt the Scarab Occult Terminators, and the hazardous check is passed.
Guilliman from downtown, gonna try to take out Ahriman.
Guilliman into Ahriman, and he fails to wound effectively. Ahriman is down to just a wound, though.
Stops my Oath the Moment to transferring to Magnus, so the Ballistus Dreadnought, unfortunately, is gonna need to split fire here. Ballistus Dreadnought is gonna put the crack missile profile as well as storm bolters into Ahriman, and then the last cannon will actually go into Magnus.
Attack with the ballista, split fire, dead Ahriman.
But because the attack sequence is still ongoing, Oath of the Moment hasn't transferred to Magnus just yet. The last cannons.
He says no.
Gonna try the new stratagem of the sail here. It's basically an 18-inch grenade.
A sail from Tigurius to Magnus. That's 5 mortal wounds. He's on 4 left. Bladeguard unit now. He's down to 3. Tigurius opens up with the focused witchfire. He's okay. Hazardous is also okay.
Assault bolters from the Inceptors going into the Infernal Master.
Inceptor's risking the treason of Zeech. 2 dead rubrics and all hazardous passed.
I'm a little sad that Magnus is alive.
I'm not.
Then we go into the charge phase.
Tigurius and the Bladeguard have failed their charge. Command reroll fails.
That means I still have a lot of shooting potential there, and I could potentially do a bit of damage here.
Guilliman will just charge into Terminators. Now this is a tough call. Because of the -1 to wound on the Terminators, I'm gonna go with the 14 attacks. I'm gonna be chasing devastating wounds.
Guilliman with the Emperor's Sword, all the swings, plus some devastating wounds. Terminators are down, just the Sorcerer left on a single wound.
Yeah, we're gonna have to kill this Primarch fast. He's gonna bonk back. Die like the chump you are. He'll take 1 damage.
5 points on area denial, 4 on behind enemy lines. That's 19 secondary points, puts TAC to 39.
We're gonna uppy downy this Prince. We're gonna pick him up and see if we can reposition him again for more scoring.
Movement sits at 12 secondary, 5 primary for 17. Primary, really the story of this match thus far, but neither player has any command points remaining. What can Mubin clap back with? Extend battle lines and behind enemy lines are drawn. Terminator Sorcerer passes his battle shock, so does Magnus. Movement holds 1 for 5 and a second for 5. That is 10 on primary, exactly what he needed. 12 Cabal points puts him up to 27 points total, 15 and 12 to TAC's 20 and 19, 39. Rubric to the left flank move to take over that objective. Same on the right side.
Start of shooting phase. I have stuff to do. We are going to spend 7 Cabal points.
Doom Bolt into Guilliman for 6 mortal wounds. He's down to 3. Last of the Cabal points moves Magnus to the midboard.
We are just gonna bring all our guns to bear, try to bring this Primarch down and see what we can do. Demon Prince?
Demon Prince now into Guilliman. He's at 1 wound left.
We're gonna have the Infernal Master overcharge into Guilliman. Bolters, as well as the Hand Flamer and Baby Smite, are just gonna go into the Heavy Intercessors. Infernal Master. Rubrics?
Guilliman, live!
Please, no!
Please live!
No!
Down goes Guilliman, but will he come back?
Hazardous roll for the Infernal Master. He's a-okay. Bolter rounds. Nothing. Hand Flamer. Looking for a 6. Now, no, it's the Baby Smite.
Heavy Intercessors lose another, 2 remaining.
That was not quite as effective.
Tigurius unit now getting targeted by the Terminators, splitting fire to the Dreadnought as well.
Rest of the bolters and the missile rack, as well as the flamer, all into the ballistas. Bladeguard first with the warp smite. 4 psychic weapon.
1 wound remaining.
The 2 shots from the Hellfire missile rack, because we're gonna go big first, into the ballistas.
Single wound remaining.
Bolters away. Come on.
Nope, I'm okay.
Onto the rubrics next. Soul Reaper Cannon is gonna go into the ballistas. Everything else is going to Tiggy and friends.
Tigurius, Master of Prescience, gets them to go to ground for 0 command points. So far, so good.
Soul Reaper Cannon into ballistas. Yes!
Tack's got a command reroll to save on the Dreadnought or he dies. Success!
I should have used more guns. The Soul Reaper Cannon was not enough. It didn't do the damage I needed. All the non-devastating weapons into Tiggy and Friends first. Start with the bolters.
So that's on the shield. I'm okay. I'm okay.
2 hand flamers.
2 shield saves. You kill the one.
The Casino Pistol. 3s.
4+ feel no pain. 1 is alive with 1 wound remaining.
The Baby Smite. Anti-infantry.
4 pinvuln.
Oh, wow. Only 2 dead Bladeguard. Magnus now gaze into the Terminators and Tzeentch's Firestorm into the Intercessors.
Into Intercessors.
Uh-oh.
Don't do it.
Yeah, you got the squad.
Yeah.
I just can't make saves.
Intercessors are down.
Removing sticky objectives from Tack's army. That's actually kind of really nice right now. Into the Terminators. Tack, come on. Feel no pain. 2 more saves left.
But the Terminators only lose a model. That's huge. End of the shooting phase. Guilliman stands back up. Oh boy.
I'm still in this game. I still got my power mark.
Going into the charge phase now.
Terminator Sorcerer charges Guilliman. Rubric and Infernal Master into the heavy Intercessors. Rubric's charge the Ballistus Dread. Daemon Prince charges Guilliman. He's in.
Guilliman's in trouble now.
Yeah, we're just going to start from the rubrics and work our way down. Both the Sorcerer and the Aspiring Sorcerer are going to fight first.
Okay.
It's the rifle butts that are going to do it.
Ah, that's a 1.
The rifle butt!
Rubrics take down the Ballistus. That is massive.
I lost the Ballistus Dreadnought to a rifle butt. Do I explode? No.
Infernal Master and his friends. All the Force staffs first.
Infernal Master Squad into the heavy Intercessors. 1 wound only.
4 rifle butts.
Not the rifle butts again.
On 5s.
I'm okay.
Sorcerer fails to damage him. Daemon Prince of Tzeentch into the author of the Codex himself, Guilliman, with the free command reroll.
I'm okay.
Oh no!
Let's get greedy. Let's try to take out both the Terminator and the Daemon Prince. Guilliman is going to fight back. Put 2 attacks into the Terminator, the other 5 attacks into the Daemon Prince, using the Hand of Dominion. Into your Terminator.
4 up involved. Ego squish.
To the Daemon Prince.
Command point. Try to keep him alive.
The Prince is on 5 wounds left. He's out of command points, but the Prince is still up.
Heavy Intercessors.
Takes the damage. I'm going to have a lot of +1 to wound with psychic weapons if I can continue to keep this hold.
Oh, folks, we got a barn burner here. Moving with 5 points on extend battle lines and 3 behind enemy lines puts him up to 20 secondary, 15 primary, 35 to tax 39. Ooh, doggy, this one is close.
I think if I get the right draw here, I can put several nails into this dusty coffin. Beginning of battle round 4.
Oh boy.
Telekinesis for Tack this turn.
Magnus doesn't really stand much of a chance to survive, so we are going to...
I oath the moment you...
I have been oath.
Treason is Tzeentch again for movement. He's going to risk damage to Magnus to make Tack's guns hazardous. I love it. After all, it's all according to plan with Tzeentch. Tack's pulled containment and bring it down. Those are pretty solid. Guilliman save the course with reduced stratusm costs and double oath of moment.
I'm going to oath of moment this Rubric Squad, the Daemon Prince.
All battle shocks are passed. Only 1 primary this turn for 5 points puts Tack to 44.
I think this turn I want to bring the hurt to the Thousand Suns.
Sternguard moving up. Heavy Intercessors falling back. Most of Tack's units are staying put here. Not a bad plan, as it avoids that brutal overwatch.
Then we are going to enter into the shooting phase, so you get to select a target.
Treason is each on the Sternguard, as expected. All of their shooting will be hazardous this turn.
So we might as well start with the Sternguard vets.
Movement again, spending Kaleidoscopic Tempest. Those Marines will have cover and stealth.
3s. The wounded guy is dead.
Here comes the Heavy Bolters.
That is going to kill another rubric.
Here comes the Focus Smite.
Oh, sorry, 4-ups.
4-ups.
Squad goes down, but the Infernal Master is on 3 wounds with an incoming D3, and he lives! And Tack rolls 4 hazardous rolls. That's 4 dead models. Ouch!
Treason.
Fire Guilliman into the Infernal Master.
Moobin using Glimpse of Eternity to save the Infernal Master, but save him he does.
Man, Guilliman and the Sternguard vets did not do it. Did not pull down that entire unit. We are going to then go with the Phobos squad. I think the strongest stratagem in this detachment is a sail.
Oh, here's some spice. A sail for free thanks to Guilliman. Targeting the Demon Prince because of the telekinesis discipline. 6 dice on 3 ups will be mortal wounds. Only 4. He's got 1 wound left.
Bolters do the honors. Phobos Librarian, aboy! Phobos Librarian, why?
Do I hit? I don't.
He's causing so many problems here.
Hazard roll?
Don't do the 1? Oh, come on, Tack. I said don't do the 1.
3 runs in a row.
Feel the burn.
4 pluses?
2 wounds on the Phobos Librarian.
And I did not manage to do any wounds to the Demon Prince.
Checks out.
All the guns with focused Witchfire into Magnus.
Assault cannon?
He's okay. If you roll a 1 or 2, he lives. Come on, Magnus. No, you rolled the 1.
And he's down.
You know what? He came, he conquered,
And he will fall.
he almost fell. Magnus is down, does big points, as well as a big threat off the table.
Bladeguard vets and Tigurius focus Witchfire to take down the Rubrics. This could be the showstopper right here.
Force,
1 takes the damage,
when he focuses.
I believe.
3 dead Rubrici, however, the charge should clean them up.
Hazardous on Tiggy.
Tiggy. He's fine.
okay.
Charge the clock.
Charge a clock.
And there it is, Bladeguard Tigurius into the Rubrics.
At the start of the fight phase, I'm going to elect to do swords over there, so I'll be re-rolling once to hit.
4 blade guards going stabbity stab, 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 stab. 5s.
The Sorcerer's alive on 2 wounds, but here comes Tiggy, and he ends that threat.
I've got that objective. Movement is running out of assets. And then you get to fight first with a 1 wound Demon Prince.
Can Moobin's Demon Prince take Guilliman down?
Guilliman, will you just die?
I rolled double ones.
He can, but wait. Command reroll sees Guilliman left alive on 3 wounds left.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to go Emperor's Sword here.
Guilliman picks up the Demon Prince, consolidates into the Infernal Master, and that really ends the game.
Well,
Tack scores 6 points on Bring It Down on that turn. That gives him 25 secondary with his 25 primary, puts him up to 50, and Moobin really doesn't have anything left, and that's where we're going to call it. Wowie, wow, what a game.
for the sake of it, let's just take a look at what secondaries I would have drawn.
Okay.
I have Defend Stronghold and Secure No Man's Land. Defend would disappear very quickly because you could just advance onto it.
Yep.
And Secure No Man's Land, well, I don't have the units to do that anymore. It was a good game, Tack.
Good game moving.
60-45 in favor of Tack. Hexwarp Thrillband is a really cool attachment, and I think it's got some play. However, this building feels markedly different than Cult of Magic. I can't wait to see what Movement comes up with after a few more games under his belt.
These new detachments, they're definitely something. I would like to try mine without Magnus, just because for 465 points, I feel like I could throw a lot more bodies into this detachment.
What can I say about Librarius Conclave, though? Ultramarines plus Psyker shenanigans? Wow! I think it could rival Gladius for top dog in the Marine playbook.
There is a lot of thinking that needs to go into this detachment, simply because you're choosing your disciplines at the start of the battle round. But all that thinking, all that strategy, all those tactics, it's a lot of fun to play.
Thank you, gentlemen, for a fantastic match. Thanks as well to this episode's sponsor, Fold Forge.
This terrain was not only beautiful to play on, it was extremely functional.
If you like the terrain that we played on today, make sure to check them out at the link in the description below. And of course, a big thank you to you for watching. If you like what we do, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Or if you really like what we do, please consider supporting us through YouTube membership or Patreon. You'll get exclusive releases as well as behind-the-scenes interviews, early access to most of our shows, and access to our Discord, the most happening 40K community around. Well, that's it for all of us here in the Play On Studios. On behalf of them, it's me, JT the Voice, saying, until the next time you see us in the far-flung future of a grimdark universe, play on.